The results are in this morning. We know which candidates are moving on to November's election after yesterday's contentious primary runoff. This includes Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who defeated incumbent U.S. Senator John Cornyn.
WFAA senior political reporter Jason Whiteley joining us live this morning. Jason, this is a stunning headline, obviously, to digest the day after the election. Cornyn has served in that role for 4 terms. And what was your take on the fallout after last night?
It was a huge night last night for MAGA candidates. You know, you have Beau French, Mays Middleton, Ken Paxton, all waking up in a great mood this morning. I think, you know, they had the momentum going into this. No one really expected the landslide you saw just a moment ago in those numbers there, with Ken Paxton winning 2/3 of the vote. Paxton, though, defeated John Cornyn here, who was the last Reagan-Bush Republican really in the state. The Reagan-Bush Republicans, you know, once dominated the state a couple of decades ago, but now with Paxton's nomination, the Republican Party of Texas has now shifted full tilt to the MAGA Party of Texas. Cornyn spent $90 million, an obscene amount of money, and could not hang on to his seat. Chris Sadiga this morning, though, has reaction from both of the campaigns. Chris, what are they saying?
Well, Jason, like you mentioned, reacting to this race, and now we also know the ballot set for November. This morning, the opening salvos of that campaign have already been fired after Ken Paxton's historic victory over John Cornyn. Historic because Cornyn does become the first Republican senator from Texas to lose his own party's nomination for re-election. And this one, as you mentioned, not close. Paxton, riding the wave of President Trump's endorsement, garnered 64% of the vote. That leaves Cornyn, who served 4 straight terms as senator, on the outside, snapping a streak of 18 election victories at the respective campaign parties. The two men acknowledged this changing of the guard.
When everyone in Washington told him to abandon me and abandon the people of Texas, he didn't listen. Instead, he gave his complete and total endorsement. President Trump is the leader of our party, and his endorsement in this is the most powerful force in politics. And I'm honored to have his support, and I look forward to working with him in the Senate to deliver for Texas.
Senate, and I've always supported the Republican ticket, and I intend to do so again in this general election. I've said throughout this race that I trust the voters of Texas, and they've made their decision, and I must respect it.
Meanwhile, Paxton's November opponent, Democrat James Tallarico, went immediately on the attack with his first campaign video, calling Paxton the most corrupt politician in America in an ad titled "The People versus Ken Paxton." Matt, back to you.